Hello, and welcome to MSOC Media Weekly Roundup. My name is Rosaldo, and now let's get straight onto the news. MSOC UK Family Conference will be held on the 27th and 28th of September, hosted by St Joseph JSOC Redditch. Our chief guest will be our Catholicos, Arbon Morbaselios Joseph Bava. Registration is now open, so make sure to sign up. The Family Conference Food Committee has been announced, consisting of the following members: Reverend Father Eldos Vengath, Biju Varghese, Sarja Papachin, Shaji Elias, Jibi Joy, Jibu Isaac, Viji KP, Varghese Kakadan, Bobby Matthew, Anil Osif, and Matthew Varghese. The Family Conference registration form has been inaugurated at St Ignatius JSOC Coventry, with Reverend Father Sergeant Matthew handing over to the senior member of the church, Monsi Varghese. The form has also been inaugurated at Morse Mooney JSOC Sheffield, with Reverend Father Akhil Joy handing the form over to Trustee Basil Butros. And finally, at St Mary's JSOC Northampton, with Reverend Father Alex Paul handing the form over to Secretary Anil Matthew and Trustee Saibu Thomas. Catholicos, His Beatitude, Arbon Morbaselios Joseph Bava visited Beirut and met with our Patriarch, His Holiness Mor and Mor Ignatius Afram II. He was welcomed by Beirut Metropolitan, His Grace Mor Clemus Daniel, and Malankara Affairs Secretary, His Grace Mor Christostomos Marcos. St Mary's JSOC Manchester Sunday School donated money for 170 dialysis sessions at the Eldor Morbaselios Dialysis Centre. The donation was received by the patron of this trust, His Grace Mor Afram Matthews Metropolitan. Managing committee members of St Mary's JSOC Manchester, along with several other parish members, visited His Beatitude Arbon Morbaselios Joseph Bava. On August 13th, Moth Mariam Vanada Samajam hosted Marian Dhyanam as part of Shunoya Nomb. On August 14th, Shunoya Bernal Evening Prayer and Holy Kurbana was held at St Thomas JSOC London. On August 17th, Morbaselios JSOC Derby celebrated the Feast of Dormition of St Mary. On August 23rd, St Mary's JSOC Northampton will be welcoming His Grace Matthews Mor Antimos Metropolitan, where he will be offering Holy Kurbana. On August 23rd, MGSSA Northwest Zone will be having their Galosfon. On September 21st, Belfast St Ignatius JSOC will celebrate Galeb de Bernard, establish the relic of His Holiness Mor and Mor Ignatius Elias III Patriarch, and welcome His Beatitude the Catholicos. JSOSM UK has announced the upcoming Manhar Camp happening from the 24th to the 26th of October 2025, happening in North Wales, with a registration fee of £100 for those aged 12 to 22. Mrs. Siji Bose from St Mary's JSOC Exeter shared this week's Bible reflection in the Tiruvajana Tanalil theories, offering spiritual insight and encouragement to the community. On August 11th, Very Reverend Father Raju Chiravilil Korpiscopa celebrated his 60th birthday. On August 12th, Reverend Father Elias Varghese celebrated his first priesthood ordination anniversary. On August 13th, Reverend Father Sano Matthew celebrated his birthday. King Charles III marked the 80th anniversary of VJ Day with a tribute to those who served in the Pacific and Far East during World War II, vowing their sacrifice shall never be forgotten. He reflected on his grandfather, King George VI's wartime message, and praised Allied efforts, including the Forgotten Army. A-level results for 2025 show a top grades with 28% awarded A-star or A across England, Wales and Northern Ireland. London led with 32.1%, while the North East lagged at 22.9%, widening the regional gap. A record of 226,000 students got their first choice university spot, especially at selective institutions. Boys slightly performed better than girls in top grades for the first time since 2018. T-level entries increased, though dropout rates remain high. That is all for this week's MSOC Weekly Roundup.